What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to, we in the mix. And not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, each and every single weekday. And I'm your host with the most. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Whether you're watching us on the digital airways of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, we don't stop. YouTube, of course. Make sure that you let somebody know that we are live. Listen, since we in the mix at 6, I need you to share this with at least 6 people. Come on. Tag, tweet, tell, text. Let at least 6 people know that we are live and in color right now. And it's going to be lit. It's going to take it all the way up. Your life is about to get better. And because of it, your timeline could be someone's lifeline. Let somebody know that we are live. Do me a favor. Invite somebody in. Since you're here because you care, I need you to share. Share if you care. Like, comment, share, subscribe, particularly and especially on the YouTube side. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. My goal is to help you reach yours. My whole goal is to help you achieve yours. My desire is to inspire. My assignment is to put you in alignment. My job is to empower you to identify your identity. And that's what we do here. That's especially what we do in my amazing Eagles Academy. Yeah, it's where I coach you, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I empower, it's where I mentor. It's where I really show you how to transform just where it is that you are to where you want to be. The inspiration, the innovation, the implementation, more than just information, changing your situation, right? The relational intelligence, the emotional intelligence, the spiritual intelligence, the transformational intelligence, all of what you get into our Eagles Academy whenever you join us. Yeah, I need you to make sure that you soar into success and purpose with us. The strategies, the structure, the solutions that you get, the ideas, the impact, and the influence. Go right now. You don't want to miss our amazing session that's taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is going to be absolutely amazing. And it only takes place as you join us and become a member. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button. Fill out the form. Be transformed. That's right. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Theeaglesacademy.com. Where are all my Eagles at? All my Eagles, just drop some emojis. Just drop some emoji Eagles in the chat. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Drop some emoji Eagles in the chat. Feeling a lot better today. Yeah. Feeling a lot better today. Yeah, blew my nose about, I don't know, 1,000 times. I don't know. But I'm feeling a little bit better today. Appreciate your prayers. It's helping. It's getting over here. Yeah. Popping meds, drinking tea. Now I'm feeling some clarity. Yeah. Back on I'm back on a good foot. Listen, we're live, especially on YouTube side, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. Come on. Make sure that you join us. YouTube especially, you get the panoramic view. Put me on your TV screen. Put me on your TV screen. Yeah. I know you got your 100-inch TV screen. Put me on there. Take a photo of your screen, post it, tag me on social media. I will repost it on my page. On your mark, get set, let's go. Listen, are you ready to grow tonight? Come on. If you're ready to grow, type let's go, let's grow. Type let's go, let's grow. I got my sleeves rolled up because I'm ready to put in some work. Yeah. I got my sleeves rolled up. I'm ready to work. Let's go. Let's get to work. Tenor of today's topic correlates from what we covered just the other day, which is your house a home? And so nice. We're talking about it twice. And I don't know about you. I'm ready to jump into the deep end. Because the inquisitive question that we asked even yesterday and that we're built upon even today is, what is the real state of your real estate? Yeah, I don't have to be a real estate expert to understand the enormity and the gravity of a lot of times that we just have a house, but it never becomes a home. So we have to ask the question, begs the question, what is the real state of your real estate? If you haven't seen part one, I encourage you to go back and check it out. Encourage you to do that. Go and check it out. YouTube.com/Eddie Connor. Check out part one. Check out all the other conversations and powerful connections that have been made through this empowering change agent channel. Abolitionist and essayist, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson, as I mentioned yesterday, who said these words. He said, a house is made of walls and beams, but a home is built with love and dreams. House made of walls and beams. Home made with love and dreams. And as I asked you yesterday, if your walls at the house could talk, yeah, the walls in your home could talk, what would they say? Would it be a lot of cussing? Would it be a lot of fussing? Would it be a lot of negativity? Would it be a lot of impropriety? What would it be? Or would it be positivity? Would it be love? Would it be empowering spirituality? Would it be upliftment? Would it be a lot of disconnect? Or would it be connectivity? What takes place in your house? And in many cases, when we talk about our home, when we talk about our home and the places of what it is that we live in and where we live, we have to consider the home of our heart. We have to consider the home of our mind. We have to consider the emotional state of our home. We have to consider the spiritual connectivity. We have to consider where it is that we are, what takes place in our house, because here it is. The world is filled with chaos. The world is filled with calamity. The world is filled with conflict. But in our home ought to be where peace abides. In our home, love ought to be there. And our home should be a place to where it is a safe haven of hope, of help, of that which speaks to your heart, that frees you from hardship. What takes place in your house? You know, the great Luther Vandross said this: a chair is still a chair, even with nobody sitting there. But a chair is not a house, and a house is not a home. And for many of us, a house is not a home because, like a chair, what is it that we are seated in sadness, suffering, and silence? And in many cases, we always say this: we say this, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And if we haven't said it, we've heard it. Yeah. What goes on this house stays in this house. But does it really just stay in the house? Because as I look around and as you look around each and every single day, what goes on in this house doesn't stay in the house. What goes in this house bleeds. And we know that on the news, that if it bleeds, it leads. Come on. Bleeds into the community, bleeds into the church, maneuvers into various environments, bleeds into the schools, finds its way into communities, into relationships, into other homes, right? Because what we have not remedied within ourselves now causes it to show up in some way, shape, or form in a different way. And it becomes, here it is, it becomes a new variant. Yeah, the virus of what it is that has affected your house, that has affected your home, the virus of what it is that in many cases has now become an abscess of abuse, an abscess of suffering in silence, an abscess of negativity, an abscess of turmoil, an abscess of trauma, a virus of triggers and trials and tempestuous situations now becomes a new variant because it gets worse when it leaves your house and attaches to somebody else's house or it attaches to somebody else's life. And as a result, here it is. What do? We now bleed on people who didn't even cut us simply because the wounds that we experienced in our house were never bandaged. The wounds that were experienced in our house were never absolved. The wounds that were experienced in our house never became wisdom. And so we go through life limping from house to house. We go through life limping rather than leaping into the domain, into the element of where it is that we are called. Listen, I want you to make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You got to say to yourself today, listen, this house is not for sale. My children are not for sale. My dream is not for sale. My ideas are not for sale. My love is not for sale. My gift, my tenacity, my perseverance, my purpose is not for sale. I need you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Somebody needs this tonight. Come on. We're renovating our homes tonight. We're renovating the home of our mind. We're renovating the home of our spirit. We're rebuilding our home. Yeah, we're trashing some things that don't need to be in our house. Because here's the thing, the most innocent of those who are in our house, which are children, are oftentimes demonized and criticized. And here's the thing, if the home rejects the kids, if the school rejects the kids, if the church rejects the kids, if the streets accept the kids, guess where they're headed? And a lot of times we're making assumptions and assertions based upon sagging pants. But here's the thing, they're coming from sagging homes, oftentimes sagging schools, sagging communities, sagging family structure, sagging self concept, sagging self esteem, sagging environment, sagging way of lifestyle. But here's the thing, if we pull up the home, if we pull up the community, if you pull up the church, if we pull up the schools, if you pull up the family, if we pull up the environment, if we pull up the community, I'm a living witness. Our children will pull up their pants. What are we doing to pull it up? What are we doing to push and pull our life to a different dimension and a dynamic? I know it's tight, but it's going to be all right. Because here's the thing, before it all ends, I guarantee you we will be family and friends. We talked a little bit yesterday about 2 Kings chapter 4, which it gives an account of a widow woman who, in many cases, lost her house, lost her, in many cases, her livelihood, lost her husband who died, who was the provisionary for the family. She's a single mother in debt. All of a sudden, the creditor is saying, listen, I'm going to take your sons as slaves since you don't have the money to pay off the debt. Prophet Elisha says to her, what do you need me to do? Matter of fact, what do you have in your house? Notice he never requested what's in your bank account, didn't ask her what's in her purse, didn't ask her what's in her storage unit. He simply wanted to know what is in your house. And here's the question: could it possibly be that what you're looking for is looking for you? Could it possibly be that you don't even realize that you're a resource and you're looking for resources? And God already said, listen, as long as you're connected to the source, you're going to have all the resources that you need. And you got to stop looking for people to be your source when he's your source. And as he's your source, he gives you the resources, and the resources are all in your house. The vision can be birthed in your house. The book can be launched in your house. The business can be developed in your house. The 501c3 blueprint can be orchestrated and developed in your house, brick by brick, minute by minute, moment by moment, effort by effort, idea by idea. What I got to do is I got to take the time to mute the noise around me so that I can hear God's voice speak within me and through me. Here's what we got to do. We got to literally take the time to roll up our sleeves, and work the dream of what it is that we desire to have. No Superman, no Superwoman is coming to save you. But here's what we got to do. Got to save our house by getting our house in order. What is the deeper meaning of house? The deeper meaning of house is this specifically. It is discovering what's inside of your mind. It's discovering what's inside of your soul. It's discovering what's inside of your spirit. It's discovering and taking the time to process with self-awareness and emotional intelligence what is going on in my heart. The real essence of my home is my heart. Yeah. The, the heart is the seat of your emotions. And while you spend oftentimes, sometimes the majority of your time either at work or at home, when you're at home, it's got to be a place where it's order. It's got to be a place where it's peaceful. It's got to be a place to where now is not a crisis, but it's a place to where you're creative. Because here's what we got to do. We got to be proactive in perilous times. Got to get the house in order, right? If you get your house in order, your children be in order. Get your house in order, be love between you and your spouse. That's in order. If you get your house in order, money's going to be in order. Get your house in order. I got to deal with my emotions. Got to deal with the things that in many cases become the traumatic trauma aspect triggers that in many cases have not been dealt with. I can't sweep it under the rug now. I've got to unpack it. I have to deal with it, because if you don't deal with it, it's going to deal with you. Can we jump into the deep end? Can we jump into the deep end today? Let's jump into the deep end. Yeah, let's jump into the deep end. Why do I say that? Because here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. One thing about it. Two things for sure. Had to plug something in right quick. It's all live. One thing about it. Two things for sure. Three things for certain. Many of us love to keep doing what's not working. And here's the thing. When you love to keep doing what's not working, what do you call it? It's arrogance. Here's the thing. Ego plus arrogance, ego plus ignorance equals arrogance. Let me say that again. Doing what's not working is nothing but arrogance. Knowing you need to change up some things, but you refuse to change up some things. Why? Because you think you got it all together. Love to keep doing what's not working. Doing the same old thing, expecting a different result. Maybe it's not necessarily insanity. Maybe in many cases, we should call it arrogance. Yeah. And here it is. The arrogance is going to drive you insane because you're trying to get a result from what you know isn't working. One plus one ain't equal, is not going to equal three. Hmm? You trying to make one plus one equal three. Arrogance. Ego plus ignorance equals arrogance. And here's what arrogance does: arrogance affirms that what I don't know is not important, and what I should fix, I refuse to repair. Did you hear what I just said? Arrogance says this: what I don't know is not important. Why? Because ignorance is bliss. But ignorance also causes stress. What I don't know is not important, and what I should fix, I refuse to repair. Why? Because people use arrogance to hide their own ignorance. Worst person to be is one who is arrogant and unaccomplished. What have you done? How are you going to give constructive criticism and you haven't even constructed anything? No wonder your house ain't in order. No wonder it's crumbling, it's fumbling, it's stumbling because you have no foundation. Anything goes. If anything goes, hear me, nothing grows. And what you want to grow that is right will never grow. People use arrogance to hide their own ignorance. And here's the thing: you know for a fact that it's chaos. You know for a fact that it's conflict and calamity and confusion in your house, but you're going to keep on doing what's not working. Listen, you going to keep ignoring the elephant in the room? Hmm? You just going to keep saying, uh, K sada, 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 whatever will be, will be. The pipes are leaking. The heat doesn't work. The furnace needs to be replaced. Hello, somebody. You got the doggone roof caving in. Hmm? The grass needs to be cut. Weeds have turned into trees. And you just gonna act like your house is a home? Come on now. Here it is. We've become so used to dysfunction to now where we've deemed what's dysfunctional functional. We become so used to dysfunction to where now you've made it functional. Come on now. You know that milk smells real bad in the refrigerator simply because it's spoiled, but you refuse to throw it out. And as a result, here it is: your nose becomes adjusted to the smell, to where when it is that you have company, whenever it is that you have the maintenance person coming over, whenever you got people coming through your house, they be looking at you like you crazy because they can smell what you refuse to smell. They can smell what you don't even smell. Why? Because you've allowed yourself to adjust to the environment. Oh yeah, here it is. You've become a thermometer rather than a thermostat. Rather than you setting the temperature, you've adjusted to the temperature. You've been like the frog that in many cases was easily cooked because the person who was doing the experiment on the frog slowly turned up the temperature gradually to where the frog didn't make any adjustment, to where now you got frog soup. Hello, somebody. we've become accustomed to what's dysfunctional, and we've made what's dysfunctional functional. When in many cases it never becomes functional, we're just operating in dysfunction. Come on, here it is. For your house to be a home, it's gonna have to be some things that are rearranged. For your house to be a home, some things gonna have to be repaired. For your house to be a home, come on, moderator on YouTube. For your house to be a home, certain things are gonna have to be dealt with. Certain things are gonna have to be aligned. Certain things are gonna have to be discarded of. Yeah. Certain things are gonna have to be remedied. Gonna have to get to the place to where you say, listen, no, 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 no. I refuse to allow my past to be a crutch. I refuse to limp into my future. I'm getting ready to leap. And hear me. Somebody just type leap tonight. Somebody just type leap. Type leap. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, type leap. House is getting ready to become a home. Can't walk into your future if you're crippled by your past. Because here's the thing, when you free your mind, your future becomes a byproduct of your thought process. And here's what you got to remember. What's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. Why is that? Because God didn't bring you this far to just bring you this far. But what have you done? You've come this far by faith, simply because he wants to take you to another place of grace. It's got to be a place of grace in your home. It's got to be a place of grace in your mindset. It's got to be a place of grace, because the grace is the favor. Favor in your finances, favor in your family, favor with your faith. Favor that whatever you put your hands to, it prospers. 2 Kings chapter 4. Think about this. In verse 1 of 2 Kings chapter 4, which is absolutely mind-boggling, the woman owed her creditors. So much so, he said, listen, yo, you know what? You don't even have the money. We coming for the children. Now, children are off limits. Come on now. People who the children who you raised and reared and loved and birthed. No, you ain't taking my babies. Off limits. Chapter 4, 2 Kings, chapter 4, verse 1. The woman owed her creditors. By verse 7, here's what happened. Verse 7, she became an entrepreneur. Listen, since we're in the mix of 6, I want to talk to at least 6 of you. I want to speak over at least 6 people who are watching me right now. That I want to speak over your family members and your friends, that here it is. God is getting ready to shift your situation suddenly. It only happened in 7 verses. Verse 1, she's owing. Verse 7, she's an entrepreneur. You ought to just type suddenly. The shift is happening suddenly. The blessing is happening suddenly. The house is becoming a home suddenly. From dysfunctional to functional suddenly. Finances are changing suddenly. Your healing is happening suddenly. Yeah, your mindset is shifting suddenly. You got to keep the faith in the midst of debt. You got to keep the faith in the midst of doubt. You got to keep the faith in the midst of depression. You got to keep the faith in the midst of difficult relationships, because here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. God is shifting you, hear me, from owing to owning. Somebody just type that. From owing to owning. From debt and doubt to deliverance. He shifted her from owing to owning. And guess what? If he did it for her, he could do it for you too. Shifted her. Here's what it is, not just from owing to owning, but from hurting to healing. Shifted her, not just from owing to owning, from hurting to healing, but here it is, from crying to rejoicing. not just from owing to owning, not just from hurting to healing, not just from crying to rejoicing, but here it is from purchasing to producing. Somebody's moving from that level, from being a consumer to being a creator. Come on. It takes a mind shift. It takes a heart shift. It takes a soul shift. It takes an emotional shift so that you can experience the lift that you desire. Somebody I'm talking to right now, it's your season to move. It's your season to shift from being in debt to employing a strategy that frees you from debt. Who am I talking to? Why? Because this is what God is doing. God is bringing serenity. He's bringing sagacity. He's bringing strategy. He's bringing structure. Here it is to your house. What is he doing? Taking you from just enough to more than enough, taking you from survive to thrive. Come on, somebody just type thrive. Your children are going to thrive. Your mindset is going to thrive. Your house is going to thrive. Your heart is going to thrive. Your relationships are going to thrive. Your marriage is going to thrive. Your money is going to thrive. Your ideas, your impact, your influence is going to thrive. You want to be in a system, you want to be in a strategy, you want to be in an environment to where people want to thrive. Listen, if you're not a part of the Eagles Academy, go right now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. I'm talking to you on YouTube. You want to be in an environment to where we empower you to thrive. Come on, come on. Yeah. There's at least 6 of you as I'm talking to you on In the Mix at 6 who need to be a part of the Eagles Academy. It's your season to soar. It's your time to level up. Come on now. If you spread your wings, you'll win. It's your time to take flight. And here it is. Eagles hang with other eagles. What does Isaiah 40:31 say? Mount up on wings as eagles. You run and not be weary. You walk and you won't faint. Come on. I'm giving you the strategies, the structure, the solutions for the transformation of what it is that you desire. Well, I'm talking about the transformation in your heart, the transformation in your home, the transformation in your soul, the transformation in your relationships, the transformation in your business. You know you're called to do more. You know there's a mandate on your life. You know in many cases that you've been frustrated being where you are. Now you need implementation. You got information, but hear me, you need strategic implementation. Implementation. You need the implementation. Why? Because the implementation gives you the strategy for application. The implementation takes you to a place of application for transformation. Yeah, you need the system, the structure, the strategies, the solutions to shift your ideas into impact, your ideas into influence. And I guarantee you, as a result of it, your income will increase as a result. Come on, be a part of the Eagles Academy. Let me coach you, teach you, train you, mentor you, show you how to sharpen your mindset, your skill set, and your tool set. Why? Because you're an asset. Now's the time to be an asset in any environment. You say, I got to do it. I got to do it. I need to be a part of it. Where do I go? Say less. Go to theeaglesacademy.com right now. As I'm talking, I want you to start registering. Go to theeaglesacademy.com right now. As you're there, I want you to tap the Join Now button. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Yeah, let's do that. Theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the Join Now button when you get to the site. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Here's the thing. God's taking you from just enough to more than enough. Come on, somebody type more in 2024. I don't think we typed that enough yet. We haven't done that in a while. Come on. More in 2024. Not just enough, but more than enough. Why? Because here's what's happening. God is birthing a miracle, not out of, hear me, not out of what you don't have, but out of what you already do have. Notice this, 2 Kings chapter 4. The miracle did not come out of what the woman didn't have. The miracle came out of what was in her house. Ooh, that's good. That's good, Dr. Eddie. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hear me. Miracle didn't come out of what she didn't have. It came out of what she already had. TikTok moderator, can you please put the link over there? Somebody wants that link. They want to register right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. They want to click it. Let's make sure they get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miracle didn't come out of what she didn't have. She gathered vessels out of her house. You thinking everything is on the outside. It's on the inside. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm talking better than you typing back to me. The miracle is not on the outside, it's on the inside. The miracle's coming from the mindset. What you've been looking for is looking for you. Come on. I got to delve deep into what really makes my heart beat. What's really the passion that I have? What's really the transformation that I want to provide? What has God really called you to do? Hmm? What is the impact that keeps tugging at you? Hear me. It's within the mind of your heart. It's within your house. It's within your house becoming a home. Yeah, the house and the heart of your soul, your spirit, your mindset. You got to discover it. Here's what you can't do. You got to stop focusing on what you don't have. And hear me, you got to learn to use what you already possess. TikTok's still waiting on that link. Why? Because here it is. When you discover it, here's what happens. Your contacts now become contracts. Your ideas now become income. Mhm. Your ideas lead to greater impact and income as a result. That's what takes place. That's what happens. As you focus, here it is, on getting your house in order, it permeates your heart with hope. That's what it does. Come on, somebody just type heart. Somebody just type heart. Come on, type heart. Type heart. Heart of my home, heart of my mind, heart of my soul, heart of my spirit. That's what's taking place. House is not, here it is. The house is not just what you specifically have furnished. Yeah. The house is more than just the number of bedrooms that are in your living space. The house is beyond more than just your refrigerator and just your garage. Your house is more than just your dining room table. The house is just more than just the TV and the couches and the love seats and the rugs and the carpet and your wood floors. House is more than just your stainless steel kitchen set. Here's what it is. House is about more than just solely where you reside. Mm. Come on, come on. And that's the question. Because here's the thing. A lot of us want to be like that video viral meme I don't know, maybe it was a year or two ago, where the money reside. But here's the thing. Are you where the love resides? Are you where healing resides? Are you where God abides? It's not just about where you reside, but here's the thing. It's about what resides in you. And here's the thing. Sometimes our homes are just a reflection of the emotional turmoil of what we're experiencing internally. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Sometimes the homes that we live in, sometimes the house never becomes the home simply because of the emotional turmoil of what it is that we experience internally. No wonder the house can't be clean. No wonder the house is in disarray. No wonder it seems as if you're hoarding everything because to a certain degree, could it possibly be that you're hoarding memories of people who have gone on, people who have left you alone, but you still holding on to the pain of the stain of the memory and you can't find no clarity? Who am I talking to tonight? I hope it's you. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to your home too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The home is just a microcosm of what you're experiencing internally, emotionally. Hmm. Home is a war. The home is a war zone because it's a war zone in your mind. Home has conflict and chaos and calamity because that's what's going on internally. I can't clean up what's on the outside until I first clean up what's on the inside. Oh, you ain't gonna like this one. You want a spouse in your house, but here's the thing: you ain't getting no spouse in your house until your house is in order. You can't expect a spouse until there's order in your house. You want a ring, but you ain't even clean the ring around your tub. Ooh, hey, how you like me now? You don't like that one. Can't expect a spouse till you have first, till you first have order in your house. Gotta get the house in order because what's taking place externally in the house is a microcosm reflection of the disorder in this house. Go ahead, Eddie. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. Just do what you gonna do. They'll catch it on the replay. They'll catch it on the replay. I'm coming to snatch every wig. I'm coming to snatch toupees. I'm not just snatching edges. I'm snatching toupees. For those who wear toupees. Be careful when I'm starting to feel better. Right? It's not solely about where you reside, it's about what resides in you. And until you deal with what resides in you, don't matter where you reside. Well, if I could just get to Atlanta, life is going to be different. Not until the house of your heart is different. If I could just get to LA, if I could just get to Florida, if I could just get here, if I could just go there, if I could just move this place, that, da, 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 da. Nothing is going to change until the change takes place within you. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Do you hear me? Hmm? So what do I have to deal with of what resides in me? Got to deal with my nasty attitude. Ooh. Got to deal with your nasty disposition. Got to deal with your stinking thinking. Because here it is. It is not that the milk is spoiled. Is that your spirit is spoiled. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not that your kitchen needs to be clean. It's your character. And until you clean your character, kitchen gonna stay as nasty as it is. Hmm? Come on. You keep sweeping things under the rug, and all it does is it leaves lumps. No, 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 no. You got to shake yourself free of what it is that you had to deal with. Remember back in the day? I don't know. My mama used to have me shake the rugs outside. I don't know if you had. I used to hate to have to shake the rug. She used to say, "Don't shake the rugs too close to my house now, because I don't want what shouldn't go in my house to bounce back to my house." No, 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 no. We're trying to discard of things that don't belong in our house in our house. Got to trash it. Got to deal with it. Got to get rid of it. Got to throw it away. Got to brush your shoulders off. Shake yourself loose. Shut up. Dickie Winans. Remember that song? Shake yourself loose. Yeah. Come on. Get the shackles off your feet so you can dance. Right? The house is you. The house is you. The house is more than just the roof. House is more than just the lease. The house is more than just the mortgage. The house is you. Here it is. What is it? It's the skeletons in your closet that you haven't addressed that still have meat on the bones. It's the things that you keep trying to avoid, but they don't avoid you. It's the trauma that you continue to ignore, but the trauma creates trouble and you don't get transformed until you deal with the trauma. It's the things that you're continually triggered by that you have not healed from yet. Here's what it is. It's the messy rooms of your past that you just keep putting a cautionary sign around and you don't even want anybody to go into it. Yeah, yeah. You shut the door on it. You standing in the way of it, talking about God, no, 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 no. You can't go in this door. And he already knows what's in the door. Hmm? You refuse to deal with the messy rooms of your past. Yeah, because the trauma hurts too much. But here it is. Getting the truth about the trauma is going to hurt, but it's going to heal you too. Why get hurt twice? Why not just deal with the hurt, address it, confess it, rather than repressing it so that you can unlock the door of truth? Because the house is your mind. What is the house? The house is your mind. It's your will. It's your emotions of what takes place internally. And here's the question that I got to ask you. Is your house a home? Come on. You got to deal with that corridor. You got to deal with that high attic that you told yourself, I'll never go up in there. It was sworn to secrecy. You never was going to go up in there because in many cases, the attic of your mind contains the pain of the abuse. Mhm. The attic of your mind has all the memories of, in many cases, the people who you thought would heal you and help you wound up hurting you and harming you. And in many cases, you're haunted by your house. You're haunted by it. You're haunted by the abscess. You're haunted by the abuse. You're haunted by the misuse. You're haunted by how you were overlooked from your other siblings, how you were mistreated from people who were your own blood, flesh and blood. You're haunted by the fact that in many cases, because there was no love in that home, there's now no love in this home. And you're asking yourself, how can there ever be any love in this home when in many cases is void of love within the home of my heart, my mind, my soul, my spirit? Because all you were done, all of what had transpired and taken place in your life was nothing but gaslighting, was nothing but narcissism, was nothing but toxicity, was nothing but pain that continued to be replayed. And now you continue to replay all of those particular form of emotions and you never heal. Why? Because you never dealt with it. How can you fight what you refuse to face? How can you address what you won't confess? How can you heal from what you won't deal with? Are you hearing me? So it's easy to decorate, but decoration means nothing if there's no deliverance in the home. Art means nothing if your heart has not been healed. And here's the thing, so many times we look for people to clean up and fix what is wrong with us when that's not their responsibility. I know they hurt you, but healing is your responsibility. I know they dropped you, but getting up is your responsibility. I know it seems as if they damaged you, but finding diamonds in the damage is your responsibility. Yeah. This is not where you hire some maid to where you can clean up your external house. I know you can do that. But here it is. You're going to have a made up mind to clean up the house internally. Yeah, you can hire Molly Maid to clean up the house externally, but to clean up the house internally, this ain't no MAID. This is a MADE, a made up mind to say, listen, for me to heal, I got to deal. Because here it is. Nothing gets better around me until it first gets better within me. Greater is he that's on the outside of me, right? No, 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 no. Greater is he that's within me. Be not conformed, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's my mind that matters. It's what's within. Hear me. Somebody just type win from within. Come on, type that. You got to win from within. When the winds of life blow, you got to stand. Having done all to stand, you got to stand. I got to win from within. It's nobody else's responsibility to clean up what you have to clean up. Nobody's responsibility to fix what you got to fix because the job belongs to you. The job belongs to us. The job belongs to God. And here's the thing, God doesn't just do things for you, he does things with you and through you. Because the greatest thing he already did for you was laying his life down, picking it back up again. Now it's on you to do something with the life that you've been given. Because here's the thing, everybody don't want love. Some people just want help. People with problems of their own can't solve ours. It is God who is the problem solver. Who can do that? It is God who is the problem solver. Here it is, who empowers you to do that. Empowers you to take, here it is, accountability. Empowers you to take responsibility. Come on. I know they hurt you, but here it is. They didn't make the mess of your life that you did. That was your self-sabotage. Yeah. Before you look for somebody else to take care of something, you got to find out, before you're looking for them, you got to find out who you are in him. Because here's the thing, when you stop searching for just anything, that's when you find everything. And you find everything in who God has created and made you to be. You got to make sure this. Here's what you got to make sure. You got to make sure that you're not the enemy in your own house. Yeah. Why? Because here's the thing. Oftentimes, the greatest enemy is the inner me. And rather than being your biggest enemy, you got to be your best friend. Don't be the enemy in your own house. How do you become the enemy in your own house? You're the enemy in your own house with stinking thinking. You're the enemy in your own house thinking things are not going to work out. You're the enemy in your own house doing everything to what contrary to what God told you to do. You're the enemy in your own house. When you start talking yourself out of what God wants you to step into, you're the enemy in your own house. When you allow trauma and trials and triggers to stop you from transformation, you're the enemy in your own house. When you don't deal with the inner me internally, you blaming too much stuff on the devil. Stop giving the devil so much credit. Stop giving the enemy who's under your feet so much credit and deal with the enemy in your mind. Ooh, y'all don't want to talk to me tonight. You already got the victory over the enemy under your feet. You just got to get the victory over the enemy in your mind. Ah, I don't know. Do we need part three? Hmm? Yeah. Got the victory over the enemy under your feet. Yeah. You proclaiming, naming it and claiming it, blabbing it and grabbing it, speaking it and receiving it. But you have not mastered the enemy in your mind. The 6-inch difference from one ear to the next. The battlefield of the mind. And that's why your house is a battlefield. Talking about, yeah. I know you know how to sing. I'm on the battlefield for my Lord, for my Lord. I know you know how to sing that. But here it is. You still haven't dealt with the battlefield of your mind. Hmm? Because when one thought comes that's negative, that messes up your whole day. One person says something to you, and now you allow people's opinions to become your prison. Battlefield of the mind, because what you're dealing with here, because of what happened out there, you bring back into your household rather than leaving it outside the door. Come on. You got to get to a place to where you're saying, listen, I'm not bringing the cares of this world into my house because my house is my humble abode. My house is my place of peace. My house is where my children are going to experience love. My house is where my family is going to have unity. My house is where my spouse is going to feel the love that they're deserving of. I'm leaving it outside the house. What happens outside this house and coming into this house. But here's what we say: what goes on in this house stays in this house. You got to discard of it because what goes on in this house doesn't stay in this house. And what's happening outside the house, you're bringing it into the house. I want to shake the house tonight. Yeah. The house needs a shake up. The house needs some restoration. The house needs to be refurbished. The house needs to be rebuilt. The house needs to be refreshed. Because as the house goes, the community goes. As the house goes, the church goes. As the house goes, the school goes. As the house goes, relationships go. As the house goes, our children go. As the house goes, marriages go. Yeah. You want to rectify the relationships? Want to get your money right? Want to get your ideas right? The foundational element is the house. What is the house built on? Because hear me, it can't stand on sand. And here it is. Many of our houses can't stand because it's built on superficiality. It's built on toxicity, no clarity of identity. It was not built on the rock. It was not built out of love. It was not built out of victory. It was not built out of peace. It was not built out of joy. It was not built out of togetherness. It was not built out of unity. And it wasn't built out of unity because we never saw it. How can I build bigger than how I'm built? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth tonight? You can't build any bigger than how you've been built. You can't, let me say it twice because those are nice. Matter of fact, let me say the third time because we're going to part three. You can't build bigger than how you've been built. No wonder it crumbles. No wonder it fumbles. No wonder it stumbles because the foundation is off. And here it is. You know why I'm getting my house in order? Somebody just type it, type it, type it, type it, type. Get your house in order. Come on, just type it. Because my house is becoming a home. Type, get your house in order. You know why I'm getting my house in order? I'm getting my house in order for two reasons. One, it's because I don't want to live in disorder. I don't want to live in disunity. I don't want to live in conflict. I don't want to live in chaos. Come on. Living in dysfunction will cause you not to be able to function. Living in dysfunction will drive you up the wall. Living in dysfunction will drive you insane. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did you hear what I said? Living in dysfunction will drive you insane. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Dysfunction will not become your Achilles heel. That's why I'm getting my house in order. Number one. Secondly, you know why I'm getting my house in order? Getting my house in order simply because of this. Company's coming. Somebody just missed their shout tonight. I'm getting my house in order because I don't like no dysfunction. I don't like no chaos. I'm getting my house in order for a second reason because company's coming. Woo! Behold, I stand at the door and knock. I'm getting my house in order. Company's coming. Can't have a spouse till you have order in your house. When you start getting your house in order, now you can start expecting company. Hmm? Company who understands, here it is, that they're the right gift, not at the wrong address, but the right one. And they're bringing their gifts to the right address because they recognize that you're a gift and they understand that your presence is a present. I'm out of here tonight. I'm out of here tonight. If you're not a part of the Eagles Academy, what are you doing? What are you doing? I just gave you a mastermind tonight, but it doesn't compare to the masterclass that we're going to have tomorrow night. You want to go ahead and become a member of the Eagles Academy. Come on. I wish I could just drop this mic tonight, but I can't. I'm just let it hover in midair. You want to be a part of the Eagles Academy? Yeah. It's where I coach. It's where I teach. It's where I train. It's where I mentor. It's where I develop you. You have multiple intelligences. You have multiple gifts. You have multiple disciplines. You understand this, that life is multi-layered, life is multifaceted. And since life is not one dimensional, since you're not one dimensional, you need to be a part of a multi-dimensional academy, community, where people understand, people who are gathered here. Where are my eagles at as well? Just drop some eagle emojis in the chat. You're in an environment with people. You're in the eagle's nest with people who understand that a win for you is a win for them too. They want to soar into success and purpose. They don't come to compete, they come to collaborate. How? Through relational intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, transformational intelligence. Come on, I'm talking to at least 6 people right now who are listening to me. There's at least 6 people who are listening who said, listen, I need to be a part of the Eagles Academy. Yeah, I need to get my house in order, my business in order, my relationships in order, my mindset in order, my skill set in order, my tool set in order, my heart in order, my business in order, my ideas, my impact, my influence. But it only happens when I get the strategies, the structure, and the solutions to take my vision to another dimension. You got all the information in the world. Now you need strategic implementation. And the implementation is going to cause you to have the application for the transformation. I need you to make sure that you go ahead and become a member of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. I'm talking to at least 6 of you. Yes, on Facebook. Yes, on Instagram. Yes, on LinkedIn. Yes, on Twitter. Yes, on TikTok. Yes, on YouTube. We're not going to stop. Come on. Come on. I know this hit the heart of your heart. I know this hit the heart of your home. Come on. It's time to increase in every specific aspect of your life. Go right now to the eaglesacademy.com. When you get there, this is what I want you to do. I want you to tap the join now button. Tap the join now button. And as you tap the join now button, you'll see a form that pops up. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Simple as that. Eaglesacademy.com. Tap join now. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Want to be a better leader? First begins by leading yourself better. Want to learn how to navigate the marketplace because you have a marketplace mandate? Want to develop your communication competency to be more of a greater speaker effectively? Why? Because communication is about more than just presentation. Communication is about connection. Communication is about conversation. All of it takes place and it happens in our Eagles Academy. Go there right now. That's not all. I've got nothing but systems to grow your greatness. You can also go to the eaglesacademy.com/store. Got strategies, I got structure, I got solutions, I got successful systems to thrive. Why? Because do you know what a system is? I love this acronym for system. System is this: saving you time, energy, money. That's what a system is. Saving you time, energy, money. Don't we all want to do that? Then guess what? Get into a place that fast tracks you to a greater level, that shows you how to take the information that you have and that I give for implementation purposes. You don't grow in a silo. You got to have accountability partners who want to grow and see greatness in you too. At theeaglesacademy.com/store, I have a bundle immediately once you open up the page and once you get there. It is, yes, the Eagles Academy membership, but it's also the bestseller book blueprint. For those of you who want to write a book, this is the year to do it. Come on. Time to stop procrastinating. Time to stop trying to figure it out on your own. Get with a brother like me who has shown who can show you what to do. Not just one time have I written a book, not just two times, not just three times, not just four times. Let me keep on counting. Not just five times, not just six times, not just seven times, not just eight times, not just nine times. I'm still going. Not just 10 times have I written a book, not just 11 times, not just 12, not just 13, not just 14, not just 15, 16 times have I written a book. How am I able to go number one each and every single time that I drop a book? It's because of strategies. Let me show you how to run the play. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is plug and play my strategies. I'm not building a taller fence. I'm creating a longer table. Take a seat. Let me show you how to make it do what it do. Get the bestseller book blueprint. You can also get my successful speaker strategies. You can get that at accessidentity.org/author, the bestseller book blueprint. For those of you who have written books and those books are just sitting in boxes, we got to do something about that. Let me show you what to do about that. Successful speaker strategies. Whenever you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about it. Are you connecting when you're communicating? Yeah. Are you? When you're communicating, are you connecting? Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Go ahead and get the bestseller book blueprint. Go ahead and download the successful speaker strategies. Do yourself a favor. Invest in yourself. You keep talking about what you're about to do, what you're gonna do, but you never do it. Now it's time to change the trajectory of it. Go ahead and make an intentional investment in yourself. Yeah. Help yourself out with your gifts. Empower yourself with your purpose. Create room for you to bloom by getting these resources, getting these strategies, getting the structure and the systems to move into a solution oriented type of lifestyle. Listen, if y'all excited about part 3 tomorrow, just type part 3. Just type part 3. Type part 3. Part 3 is on the way. And I'm telling you, it's going to inspire you in a great way. Yeah. Part 3. Part 3 is coming. Is your house a home? If you haven't seen part 1, go back and check it out. I'm telling you, this is going to be available immediately when I log off and sign off. Speaking of that, I'm out of time, but I'm not out of truth. Get some of my other resources. The resources are so expansive. Vision, 2020 vision. I can't even keep up. Unwrap the gift in you, identity, my brother's keeper, woman, wife, Dear Queen volumes 1 and 2, relationship rules, masculinity. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Come on, add me to your library. Here's one thing I realize. Readers are leaders. Leaders are readers. If you're going to lead, you have to read. Based upon your input is going to impact your output. Nothing in here, nothing's coming out of here. You can be talking, but never saying anything. Readers are leaders. Add me to your library. For those of you who like audiobooks, I got those too. As an ebook, they're all in ebooks. They're in audiobooks as well as hard copies. Again, out of time, but not out of truth. Like a rapper once said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. Know that each and every single one of you are appreciated. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. I want to thank you for riding with me each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the digital airways of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop all the way on the YouTube. Listen, if you haven't went over to the YouTube side. Join me on the YouTube side. And as you're here on the YouTube side, make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on. Can you do that? Come on. I pour, and I give you more and more and more each and every single weekday. Come on, hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yes. Connect with me on social media. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever social site it is. Come on, I'm there. Come on. At EddieConnorJr. But please make sure that you put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family has been fun, but I got to run. But as you know, it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. Remember to keep the faith and believe. It's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this is your year to become more. This is your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. The EaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now. The EaglesAcademy.com.